Today I'll be doing a video on Coffee and Kareem about a cop and a little boy who run away from drug dealers after witnessing a murder of another dirty cop. Just to start off, this sort of felt like a parody, and not like those in your face parodies like Disaster Movie or Epic Movie. This was more subtle in its delivery. Like it was constantly poking fun at serious topics like interracial relationships and racial profiling. It wasn't like an SNL skit, but more like an actual movie with little hints of parody in them. This was a very mixed bag. I have so many different opinions about this. There were some things that I did like about it, and then there were a lot of things that I did not like about it. It's a very vulgar movie, and most of the jokes do fall flat, but some are actually a hit. I think Ronry Cole Lee and King Batch were the funniest characters, and they were the most interesting and had the best line delivery. The little kid who is the lead, played by Terrence Little, he has a huge potty mouth, and I never laughed at anything that he had to say. I didn't really buy the chemistry between him and the cop that was dating his mom. I also didn't buy the chemistry between the cop and the mom, played by Taraj P. Henson, and Ed Helms. It seemed very forced. I just wasn't buying it, therefore, I couldn't really connect with any of the lead characters. The female detective that is always giving Ed Helms' character a hard time, I thought she was the most unbearable, unlikable, and unfunny character in this whole movie. Like, if you want to know the definition of try hard, watch her character. Some of her lines could have been funny if it was given to someone who was actually funny, like a better actress who would have been able to execute the lines better. Because sometimes, as an actor myself, you're given lines that do sound funny, but it really depends on who you're giving those lines to and how they deliver them. And this actress really was not able to deliver the lines the way that they could have been, so the actual jokes could have landed. And going back to the little boy, he was really starting to get on my nerves, mainly because his character didn't have any layers to him. I thought he was very one note, and that one note was to be as vulgar and as loud and as obnoxious as possible. But like I said before, I did like two other characters that weren't the lead. And honestly, if those two characters were not in this movie, I would have not enjoyed this at all. Seemed like they were really trying to make this as funny and as clever as possible, but it wasn't as funny or clever as they thought it was. Like some of the jokes were a little predictable as well. And for that, I have to give this like a 3 out of 10. I wouldn't rush to see this, even if it is streaming. So yeah, 3 out of 10.